You got some motherfucker who's made over, what, $251 billion being a United States citizen that got here and stayed here illegally before he got his citizenship.
The story of Lil Donnie and the everlasting money laundering machine. More than 1,300 Trump condos sold in all cash deals to shell companies, totaling roughly $1.5 billion in transactions bearing classic money laundering red flags.
The U.S. has added, since July 1st, okay, $450 billion to the national debt since July 1st. All these decades of this massive inflation that we've seen in this country. I mean, at one point, you could buy a house for $50,000, $100,000 in the 1980s, bro. It's $500,000 now, the average cost of a house. I might be off a little bit. It might be 475, 485,000, somewhere around there. Let's just round it off, though, to $500,000 is how much it costs now. And we can blame the Republicans for that because of their massive inflationary policies. Every time they're in office, they cut for the richest people on the planet. Our skyrocketing prices go up for everything. They cut regulations this time. So we've had all these regulations that have built up over the decades to protect us. Those are all gone now. That's why you see a bunch of things skyrocketing in price at the food store. Have you guys noticed the shrinkflation that's happening? Next time you go to buy something, go to look and see how big it is now. It's shrunk. The price went up, but what you are buying actually is not as much. Look at hamburger rolls. That's one that I've noticed, right? Hamburger rolls are they're starting to get like sliders almost. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these burger? Shrinkflation. Shrinkflation. There's another one, Walmart. You guys ever buy? I'm sure it is like the same thing at every single Walmart because there was these long rolls, right? They were long rolls, and they just came in the package. They were $1. They were $1 at the very beginning of Donald Trump's presidency. They went to $1.47, and they were talking about all this inflation and everything that was happening because of the tariffs and everything. And I was going around the store making videos and all this stuff, and I was showing you guys this. But I remember seeing that, and I thought to myself, God damn it, they went for this piece of bread, bro, that was $1 for a long ass time. And I bought them all the time. I love this bread. I'm like, this is actually really good bread. It was like fresh baked every single day, right? So I would buy it. It went from $1 to $1.47 for all the MAGA dummies in the audience. That's a 47% hike. And I was like, this is what's going on right here. And you know how much it's gone down since? Not at all. It's still $1.47. Every time I'm in Walmart, which is a lot, I look to see, did they bring the price down on this? Nope. I haven't bought it since. I've stopped buying that bread. I don't know how it's being sold still because I would imagine a lot of people are like me and they're like, I'm not buying that. Bro, they jacked it up 47% for this piece of bread, bro. And now to make things even worse, I started noticing because I tell you, I look at this every single time I'm there. I go to check on that bread just to see, has it even gone down, right? Like maybe if it's $1.15, okay, I'll buy some. But it's still $1.47. But guess what? It's smaller now too. It's like noticeably smaller now. That's what's going on. To finish things off, though, let's take a look at Hunter Biden. And what are we going to listen to Hunter Biden for? Because one of the people that doesn't give a fuck about you is Elon Musk. He doesn't care about you at all. And, one of the funniest things that Elon likes to do is he likes to talk about immigrants. He always talks about immigrants, doesn't he? Why does he always talk about immigrants? He says that we need to get them out of the country. Except he was an illegal immigrant at one point. And he is an immigrant still right now with his stupid accent. But what does Hunter have to say about it? Let's take a listen here.
You got some motherfucker who's made over, what, $251 billion being a United States citizen that got here and stayed here illegally before he got his citizenship, sitting here lecturing us on who we should allow into the United States of America and giving us a fucking Heil Hitler along the way.
And giving us a fucking Heil Hitler along the way. I couldn't have said it better myself, Hunter. Thank you so much for the input in the show. I think I might have a couple more things here. Oh, here goes one. This is this is the last few things here, I promise. There's 3 things that I want to go before we end the show, and we're gonna have to get through them quickly so that we don't go past the 2-hour mark. This might take us the last 14 minutes. So everybody hang on, because I've got a really good 2 videos for us to watch of Donald Trump's lifetime of corruption. But first, before we get to that, there's this right here, and I want to show you guys this because it's very important when it comes to our national debt. The Republicans, I told you, they are the worst when it comes to what's going on in our country. And the U.S. has added, since July 1st, okay, $450 billion to the national debt since July 1st, averaging over $15 billion a day. God damn, bro. That's the Republicans for you, you know? They always talk about how they want to, you know, they're fiscally responsible. Fuck you. No, you're not. You're the reason why we're $40 trillion in debt. The reason why. The number 1, 2, and 3 reason is because of the Republican Party. But when it comes to Donald Trump's, corruption, it spans far and deep. This is part 1 of the Donald Trump story that we're going to watch, and how he has been so corrupt his entire life. Listen.
The story of Lil Donnie and the everlasting money laundering machine. If there's one thing synonymous with the Trump organization, it's money laundering. The Trumps have been mules for international crime organizations for decades. This is extremely well documented and continues to this day. In fact, Donnie is such a well-known money launderer that in 2021, a series of transactions triggered an investigation that ended with Capital One debanking him. To repeat, in 2021, Capital One Bank found enough evidence that Donald Trump was laundering money that they shut down over 380 accounts connected to him. Of course, this wouldn't be a Donald Trump story without a thick helping of juicy irony. The only reason we know about this is because Donald Trump can't stop suing people that make him feel sad. Donnie, being a thin-skinned wee whittle baby boy, sued Capital One. He cried political persecution and took them to court. Banks aren't allowed to disclose when these investigations happen, except when they're being sued. Money laundering also seems to be the reason that JP Morgan closed Trump's accounts as well, citing regulatory risk. So if you're an international criminal organization and you want to bribe Donnie or launder some cash with real estate, well, you better get a move on. He's running out of banks to use.
And that's just part 1, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for part 2? Because I am. Let's look at part 2 and see what else. This is on top of Donald Trump's corruption that he's performing right now. I mean, he guy's just like complete and utter nothing but criminality. That's all he is. This is more of it right here. Listen to this.
The story of Lil Donnie, the money laundering criminal, part 2, the 2000s. When last we left Donnie, he'd spent the last 20 years dabbling in Russian and Italian mafia money laundering. At this point, Trump was blacklisted from multiple banks. He'd just gone through multiple major bankruptcies and he was essentially broke. Donnie partnered with a company called the Bayrock Group, which he gifted an office to in Trump Tower. Bayrock was a Russian mafia front according to its own former executives. They built Trump Soho and laundered millions upon millions through it. And by 2008, even Donnie Jr. admitted that the money is pouring in from Russia. And by 2011, they hit the gas.
Do me a favor, for everyone watching right now, go ahead, starting right now, you can put here and where you're from in the comments right now so I can give everybody a shout out. Put here and where you're from in the comments.
Trump Ocean Club in Panama was nearly 100% owned by the Colombian drug cartel. The lead broker, Alexandra Ventura Noguera, admitted on camera to laundering money and said some buyers were fronts for Russians. Donnie made around 60 million from this. When that worked, they did it again with Trump Toronto and Trump Tower Baku in Azerbaijan and Trump Tower Batumi in Georgia. At this point, Trump's only job and only stream of income was laundering money from criminal enterprises that traded in human misery. By 2013, federal prosecutors busted a Russian-American organized crime and money laundering operation run out of Trump Tower itself. 1/3 of the units in Trump's buildings were owned by 63 different Russian buyers who paid Donnie nearly $100 million. The towers were jokingly known as Little Moscow. More than 1,300 Trump condos sold in all cash deals to shell companies, totaling roughly $1.5 billion in transactions bearing classic money laundering red flags. And as Trump entered politics, this number became more insane. Before he was nominated, around 4% of Trump property buyers were anonymous LLCs likely used for laundering. After his election, that number spiked to 70%. And the one bank who would still do major business with Trump. Deutsche Bank was fined hundreds of millions of dollars for their Russian mafia-linked money laundering schemes. And weirdly, even though Donny kept defaulting on loans, and even though Donny kept suing them, for some reason, Deutsche Bank kept lending him billions, which has never been explained. The crazy thing is, none of this is hidden. None of this is secret. And yet there he sits, siphoning off every dollar he can, while you, yes, you watching this, follow the law and get poorer and poorer and poorer.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? And that, my friends, is the show that I prepared for you. Don't you guys think that it was fantastic? Because I think it was as well. Go ahead right now and let's see who was here. Who was here?